What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Danny O. Let's go. And we're back at it again with episode number 22. If it's your first time here, thank you for tuning in. If you're returning, we appreciate your love and support for helping our community and channel grow. I have here Eddie, Cesar, and Hector with me today, and there's so much more stuff to go over. We have all the tournaments that happened this past weekend. The tournament with the new Jafar deck that Hector came out with. I mean, Zans, sorry. But there is so many things that we want to go over, right? Announcement from PPG, all types of things. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is the Lorcana Cookout.
All right, guys. So, yeah. So like Danny said, we got some announcements. PPG baited us, and they were like, "Hey, by the way, guys, we're gonna do an announcement tomorrow." I don't know when they posted it, but basically their post was, "We're gonna do an announcement tomorrow." Everybody was all hype because obviously PPG, as far as we know of, is the one running, or they ran like the first part of the DLCs. I don't know if that's gonna continue, but then they just post a tournament. Good tournament. Don't get me wrong. It's like 20K worth of prizing, 5K on a Friday, 15K on a Saturday. So my initial reaction was, bro, what kind of announcement is this? Is this really the announcement? And then I'm like, and then I saw the pricing. I was like, all right, cool pricing. It's a good tournament. And then I see the date, and then I get mad again. I'm like, bro, who the hell does it on July 4th? Like, what the? So it was like a roller coaster of emotions. But yeah, I'm pretty upset about it. How do you guys? How was your guys' reaction to that?
Me and Eddie are gonna go to Texas.
Yeah.
I told Eddie, I'm like, yo, there's a 5K on Friday. I was out the Sunday. It was like there's a 15K on Sunday. And then shout out to Zach because he's like, get your tickets like today because you never know my salon. I'm like, he's right. So I'm glad I kind of locked in. So we were on the way back home from the Sunday triple K's, double K's tournament. Yeah, we locked it in. We just bought it, and like worst comes to worst, we refund it. That was a cool thing about Eventbrite, right? But I'm just locking our tickets. Sometimes some beauty comes in when you don't have a kid, a wife, and you've been single for forever single, like me and Eddie, who just can't seem to, get it together. But some good things come about that. So that was one of them. You get to have 4th of July in Texas. Should be fun, right? 4th of July in Texas sounds great. I don't know. I'm sure
It does.
The American dream.
I had no idea what was happening. I was just trying to survive in the tournament, the double case, and then you told me afterwards that there was this huge event, and I'm like, all right, like I felt bad because I like pretty much bubbled, and I was like, I shouldn't need to keep playing, and I was like, all right, I didn't even check the date, I just bought it, but now yeah, we're gonna make it happen.
My goal is just to be on stream. I don't care what round. It could be round 1. Just get me on stream against someone that's known as a good player from the East Coast. I just want a good East Coast versus West Coast battle. It doesn't have to be me. It could be just as long as it's someone well known from the West Coast, someone from the East Coast. Is like that would be so cool.
No, yeah, I can't wait to actually go against like those good East Coast players, and actually, huge event. Like us in the West Coast here, we're starved, dude. We're starved out here in the West Coast, so Texas is right in the middle, and it's gonna be awesome. Like I'm definitely looking forward to it. Just gotta lock in, the housing, the flights, the plan. It's just fun to do something because that DLC drought has just left me hungry, and honestly, I'll take anything that's like close. So pretty stoked. Yeah.
When's the next set come out?
I think next month.
So it'll be out. Set A will be out before the event, then, right?
It comes out. It comes out like
new meta.
I think it comes out in May, but like the end of May, like the 28th or something.
So new meta, gonna have to adapt to it, see what's gonna be top, and then a lot of practicing. We'll be able to get you guys there, right? Just continue to practice, hit those locals.
Yeah.
I mean, if I really want to, I just looked at the date. 4th of July is on Friday, so if I really want to, I can fly out Friday night, play Saturday morning, and then fly back Sunday morning.
I was thinking the same thing. One day we leave at midnight.
You guys leave at midnight, play the 15K, and then leave Sunday morning. Hey, I'm gonna have to hit up Dio.
They're gonna have all the fireworks going on.
Just do a round trip.
It's only one day with the wife with the kids, technically, right? It's like one night, and then like there'll be a sleep.
I saw the round trips from Ontario Mills. I saw the round trip from Ontario is like $500.
Oh damn!
From Ontario.
God damn.
Yeah, they're expensive right now. I was like, oof. It's 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So it's like for that one day, it's even more rough, right?
It costs
like,
more, right?
I don't see why they couldn't have just done it the week after or the week
It's
before.
insane. It's
The
crazy.
hotels are gonna be more. The flights are gonna be more. It's like they're partnered with airlines, I bet, and all these hotels.
Well, which is good too. Which is good too, is because some people have the Friday for 4th of July off.
Yeah.
So it was a good time for like people can probably fly in.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, they have the
Friday.
Friday. They have the Friday 4th of July off to spend with family.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised. As me and played Yu-Gi-Oh for a while, you'd be, and I'm sure you guys know this. It's a lot of people that would just not care. Well, first of all, they won't have wife and kids, but even like they're like, mom, they just will not care and they'll just go play regardless. Like it's crazy.
We'll see. We'll see what I do. But anyways.
Yeah, that's like for like the people who have families and all that. Like it's really rough. I can understand like that would suck.
Yeah. But anyways, then we got Ravensburger posted on other socials. They put Lorcana announcement. Check out the vision or something of the future when we reveal the next chapter of Lorcana or something like that. So obviously everybody jumped in first saying it's just gonna be card reveals, but then someone in the I think Germany like part of the team, they were posting like, oh, I promise you guys it's not gonna be just that. So we'll see what the announcement is. Obviously everyone's hoping for DLC news. That's the main one. Some people, hoping for online client news. And I see a lot of people talks about rotation, but I don't know. To me, as long as it has some DLC news in there and world states, I'll be fine.
I heard there was some comments because people were saying it, right? They were like, it is not just about the cards. They did say like it's not about just the sets.
Yeah.
So they're
I don't
kind
think
of
there's
like,
a big enough card pool. There's not a big enough card pool for rotation right now. I think later on it'll be good. It's just like Magic, right? Or any other game, but maybe more bans to keep the game a little bit more active, like make people really think outside the box.
I expect news about like moving to the player hub, the new network. I feel like we're in that transition to leave Melee. So I think that might be a big change that we're going to see probably soon. I think next set actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, any news?
Website is still down, under maintenance, still going under maintenance.
For me, the rotations, like I said, I've only played one other card game, and the rotation, the way it was handled there, I liked it a lot. But from what I'm reading, like most like physical TCGs, I guess they handle rotations by like rotating out whole sets. If it is like that, that's giga lame. At that point, I would prefer like Yu-Gi-Oh rotating ban list or something like that. But yeah, because like I said, the rotation in Runeterra, the game I used to play, they wouldn't rotate out like the first set or second set. Like they would rotate out like meta decks and stuff like hit like key. It's kind of like a ban list, I guess, like rotating ban list. Like they'll just rotate out like key like cards that were like overperforming and stuff like that to give other cards time to shine and stuff like that. But they wouldn't do like all the first cards that were like Lorcana wise, like set 2 completely wiped out. You can't play set 2. Like that's lame. Like I think that takes away a lot of the fun. But yeah.
Like if they did like certain like cards from set 1, these specific cards from set 1 are not. Yeah, these cards from set 3 are not playable.
And I don't think it's that hard to keep track of, right? Like it is for like I guess not super competitive players, but if they just have it like on their socials or like on their main website and on their app, like which cards are banned, like you just gotta look up which cards are banned and then just not put them in your deck. Like it's not that hard. Like I feel like I mean not banned but rotated out. So if they do rotation where they just don't do the full sets and they're strategic about it and be like, hey, you know what, we're taking out like very big like meta threats, but we're still leaving some from set 2, set 1, and all that. Like I think that'll be cool. But we'll see what they announce.
I feel like the biggest thing is just give us hope, something big to play for. Something that gives us all a reason to still like test and and like do homework, look at lists, like something that where we want to play something broken that no one else has. So, I hear Zan talk about all the time. Like I think he mentioned in his last podcast that like right now it's kind of like an artificial meta because there's no DLC. Like what are we actually like trying to like compete for? And it's awesome to see the community still be tight and brew crazy lists. Like there's so many lists right now in this wide meta. Like it's beautiful, and I just hope they support this community because this community wants more. Like just wants to play more, just wants the games to matter.
Definitely. But hey, how Eddie's saying, like, what are we playing for? Big shout out to all the stores that are still doing these events with like 3K worth of value and pricing, 5K worth of value and pricings. Big shout out to all you guys. We appreciate your shop owners for doing these events for the community. As you can see, the turnouts for these events, which is great. So we hope to see more if there's no TLC announcements. So crossing our fingers.
All right, so let's get into our next section, deck list. So we had 2 tournaments out here on the weekend. Eddie and Hector went to both of them. The rest of us all just went to Rob's tournament, which was on Saturday. It was like 2.5K worth of pricing, or like 2K worth of pricing. I forgot what the pricing was exactly, but here's the reports.
And the whole cookout went on Saturday, but Carlos, I believe.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
James was there, Ethan was there, all of us 4 were there. So
Pricing was pretty lit, right? It was like, I know top 4 split, but altogether it was like there was 4 D23 Mickeys, there was 4 foil Rapunzels, there was 4 foil Maleficent Dragons, I think, and then there was Baymax. There was some pricing of the Baymax. I think it was 4 Baymaxes. The promos from the LCQ, and then there was, I think, 4 more foils of a different card. I can't remember which one it was off the top of my head.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like for like $35 entry, you know, it was more high end. So if you top, like, it was, you know, Giga plus.
Yeah, it was worth it. It was top.
It was cool, and I really like that competitive, you know, like scene. Like, there's definitely a lot of really good players in the pool that day.
Man, I just hope people stop splitting at these tops, bro. It's crazy. But so these are the top 8 lists. It looks like it was a Ruby Sapphire, Blurple second, another Ruby Sapphire, Shane, Amethyst Steel, that's top 4, and then Ruby Amethyst, another Ruby Sapphire, another Ruby Sapphire, and then Zach Stone from Lorcana Goon's Steel Song. So 4 Ruby Sapphires.
Did you say Amethyst Steel on top 4?
Yeah, Amethyst Steel top 4.
Oh, that was my cue. Plug-in time. Hey guys, I did a deck profile on this Amethyst Steel deck. It's pretty good, and its explanation. Go check it out. Like, subscribe. All right, go back.
Yeah. So all these Ruby Sapphires, we could just like highlight them real quick, but it's all DKP's version with like minor changes. Like this one's pretty much spot on, or not really. This one has 2 Pirates Live.
Yeah, 2 Pirates.
And the baby Sisus, the 1/4s.
And 2 Vitalisphere. Not everyone's on Vitalisphere yet.
So Ruby Sapphire is not dead, but I do think like you have to play DKP's version to be successful right now. This one has a Scar.
Blurple has an amazing matchup against Ruby Sapphire.
Hideaway.
An amazing matchup. That's how the Blurple player was able to beat Mike and get to top 4.
Yeah.
Good job, Steve. Good deck. Good Blurple deck.
And Mike was like always like smiling and all that because he's like, it's a good matchup, and he would like smirk, like letting us all know like, nah, like I'll beat it. And then it was just funny because he lost to it. He's like, he drew everything. He like had like Hades and then Let It Goes and then everything. I'm like, yeah, that's the card.
Keeper. So I was like, man, you drew everything.
They play those cards. Yep.
There's no way he's playing that. What's that action? The one that loses. Is that real?
Yeah.
The one that what?
That action that's
a draw card. Takes out Iago's.
It's for the Iago's.
Yeah.
It hit me with it.
I mean,
it caught me off guard.
It technically hits with the Susu.
Yeah. That's nice.
And then, it's so good. Like, it's basically just for the mirrors for Iago's, but still pumping something for 2 to give you that extra. Yeah.
Just to have that, and then you can recursion with Shark if you really need it. But it's strong.
So those were all the red blues. Let's see the spice, the Blurple.
There we go.
That's the one that got before Saturday, right?
Yeah, 2 hypnotic strength. That's what we were looking for. That's pretty different. Yeah.
All right, you Blurple players, talk about it.
Okay.
Super solid. You guys probably noticed he's not on crabs.
Yep.
So he's not on 1-drop.
Danny, Eddie, and me played Blurple on Saturday, and then me and Eddie played Blurple again on Sunday. So, yeah, different builds. All those different builds.
Oh, yeah. Totally different builds. Like, I went more tempo, just with more 1-drops, so I was able to run crabs. I never play this deck, these colors, So, well, I kind of play purple, but I never play blue. I've never played blue ever. So I was like, you know what, let's just try it. And to go X2 and almost make it, I didn't win last round. I did lose to Steven, the deck that we're looking at right now. I did lose to him in the mirror. We went to game 3. He just wrecked me in game 3 and
he was one of the first ones to do Blurple like 2 sets ago and set champs winning with it.
Yeah, so I commend him. Like we were picking each other's brains. I was talking to him about the hypnotic. I was like, I showed him my green purple deck list. I'm like, dude, I was on this. I'm like, this card's nuts, and it's so good in the mirror. But it's able to be in there, you know, to give the little pumps here and there. It just draws a card. It's just like not hypnotize, like improvise basically. Just a +2 for 2 for 1. But this deck is great, bro. Like you're Scrooging on 3, then you're trading with something 3 damage, then you're LCing on 4. I mean your big bell, moving 3 damage on 4. It's so good.
Yeah, I like the Scrooge in this take because that way you don't have to commit to Yago against like a steel matchup. Like Scrooge gives you that versatility to have just like a big body still on turn 3, so you can have like the Elsa combo or Bell combo ready on the turn 4, and that's super big in this deck to establish the board control like by turn 4 or 5. So then you can start getting ahead with like the Gastons and putting pressure with like maybe Manor or just ramping and then going keepers, you know. But that turn 3, turn 4 setup play that's huge in this deck when you're piling it. And I mean, I Hector told me 4 Hades is away, and after trying on Sunday, I think that is correct. 4 Hades just so strong in this deck, and
Definitely.
and I see. I guess what's spicy about this is the 3 Manor, because I learned that Manor is actually really good to play on turn 3 against like steel decks, against like Steel Song, our worst matchup. If you go Manor on 3 against Steel Song, they have a huge problem trying to deal with it, and that gives
against
you
purple
chance.
red too. If you're on the play against purple red and you go Banner on turn 3, they're like, oof.
Yeah, like that 9 willpower on the location is so good. And I think that's the best thing about this deck is you go like big bodies, big willpower on the board, like fast, like tempo, and then these bodies that quest for like 2 or 3 lore, like Gaston. You know, it gets too like, you know, puts too much like big problems consistently every turn, and then if they deal with it, you can clap back with the Bell and the Elsa. I think 4 Bell is so good, and that helps you win the mirror match. Bell helps you 2 for 1 all the time. So in the mirror match, if you're playing like Crab, Elsa combos, you kind of fall behind. You're playing 2 cards to do what Bell does for just 1 card. I find that trade happens so often, and I wish I had more Bells in my lists. And I see, I feel like it's either Crab or Bell, and this guy went full Bell, so I see that, and it makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't have 1-drops, you're not playing crab. So I can see it why he has no crabs, right? Like the crab's making your 1-drops and your T-pole's good. But if you just if you just cut out the 1-drops, there's no need for the crab.
I mean, I played Bell. I played Crab. I played both. I only played 1-drop, which was the Diablo, and obviously the Popsicle Bell, right? But I'm talking about like just the hard 1-drop. I played Diablos, and then I played I still played Crabs, but I didn't go 3-4 Crabs when my only target was Tipo. But you gotta remember, Tipo is also a very good target, right? So then you have Tipo on 2, and then you have Diablo on 1. So then that gave me more reason to still have Crabs. I was still not gonna go like 3 or 4 Crabs. Played like 2 of them, but I still chose to split the difference because against Amber Steel, you know, like if I like in my open mulligan, if I don't see a Bell or a Popsicle, but I literally see a Diablo and a Crab in my hand, like I could keep that, right, and feel like with the ramp and like feel pretty good. Not too bad, but stuff like that.
For sure.
Do you think brooms are kind of the way now instead of Diablo? Just because if you get the broom Tipo, then you're on your turn 3. If you want to go Crab, at least your broom trades into Amber Steel stuff because it's going to be a 4 attack now instead of just a 3, like compared to the Diablo.
Yeah, right. Like I think Chernobog and Broom is not bad because with the Crab, right? Like you have the Crab also against Steel Song, and like you hit bigger stuff. As into the Diablo, and they also do something on their own, right? Like some people play Baby Maleficent, some people play like literally like the Daisy. It can matter that 2 shield and you hit the Daisy with another interaction, and now like it could just be a 3-cost Crab on board or something that's just 3 strength like a Bell. Now you can go like Bell and Broom, hit the Daisy, right, and your Broom stays alive. So now they have to either out that or you're still going to get your draw. So I can see that being really good. I haven't felt the need. I think me and Eddie were talking about it. I'm like, I'm just going to lose Amber Steel. Like, if I don't see the bell on turn 1, like the bell line, like I'm okay losing to Amber Steel because the representation is not too crazy. So statistically, you're going to maybe find one. But Burble, I literally, if you build it to ignore Amber Steel, like you literally just feel like you just like beat everything else.
Yeah, but after
because you didn't worry about the Amber Steel matchup and like, oh, I faced one Amber Steel. Here's my loss. Okay, I went 6-1 today. Here's my top 8. Like, right?
Yeah, I feel like that is I learned the hard way because I tried the blue purple list that I took on Saturday was hard tech for Steel Song and even though which made my deck worse in the mirror. And it was just one of those things that even though I was hard tech for it, it just doesn't make the deck better and more consistent. So
and literally, I had the blue Cogsworth, guys. I had the blue Cogsworths on Saturday. I'm like, it's still pretty good against blue red already. So I just minor the blue red matchup a little bit, and I'll play Cogsworth. My 2 losses were blue red, which were already super favored. But because I had those 2 Cogsworth in that I chose to take in, because those are supposed to be, faster cards like mana or 2 quester cards, like things that I can actually use for blue red. So I just realized, like, you know what? Like, I'm like those blue red matches, I still won in game 3 because it wasn't like I wasn't like super unfavored. But you just gotta ignore the Amber Steel matchup. I didn't see Bell turn 1. Okay, here's my 1 loss. I went 6-1 today. I went 5-1 today. Like
the next deck that we're gonna get into, this is Spice.
Yeah, this is the plug for Hector, so we won't go over it too much because you guys could just go over to his channel and watch the video. But
24K Lorcana, 6 more subscribers for 1K.
There you go.
Let's go.
The main spice here is restoring the crown. But like I said, just head over to Hector's channel. The owner of this deck explains to you guys, breaks it down how to play it and stuff. So if you guys want to pick it up, perfect video to watch. And then we have then we have the.
By the way, guys, it's just like we're doing this so you guys can like get ready for set champs, right? We're trying to prepare you guys for the set champs. Look at list. It's a very variety. I know Saturday didn't feel like too much of a variety, but it was still pretty, like, the field was really good players. It was, you guys could ask them all here. It was all variety colors. Like, it was pretty good. And then, like, Sunday's tournament was, like, 2 of each color and then 1-1-1. Like, it was 2-2-2 of this color and 1-1-1 of it. Was, like, 6 different color representations in the top 8. That's crazy. So, I mean, maybe the balance was good. That purple red was crazy.
Yeah, this is the homie Ralph. Shout out to Ralph. I played against him round 2. He beat me with this deck. It's a good list, and I like it's pretty. I know he always likes to try different decks, and this one is like a homebrew of his. There's nothing really, especially like there's some interesting choices here that I don't really see many RP players make. Like specifically, it's like the 2-drop Flynn. I think that's like a blue-red tech nowadays, but I don't know. I think what was really good about this deck when I went against it was the Rabbit. Rabbit has so much consistent value, especially in the purple wars. Rabbit's really good right now, so you can just kind of outdraw your purple like mirror match. And the 4 library was really good too because he was able to set up, like any of his 1-drops in the library just get so much value with drawing more. And I think just against the purple mirror matches that you're going to go against, outdrawing your opponent is always a good game plan. And
I feel like since you were talking about it really, really good, I feel like I want to play devil's advocate just a little bit. Good job. I like the list a lot. I think Lumiere as a 2-drop is really good. Now, with a build that has 4 Shadow Finders, and it has Yagos, and has Maui Sharks, Dragonfires, 4 B Preps, do you need that 1 Sisu if you're not even playing the shift line?
I think it's just a tech for like green decks, right? You expect to go against...
Right, but like you have Shadow Finder, Maui, like that 4 Shadow Finder making your Maui rush, your Yagos, like what are you really worried? Because if you're taking against like your green decks, you really should be playing more Finders Keepers, right? And not the Sisu.
Well, no, I guess it's...
On turn 8, because on turn 8 without the shift line, you probably lost, so you're not playing blue, right? It's different. Like, we know how blue-red sometimes is like fighting to get to the Sisu, like hard cost.
Yeah,
now,
but they also don't have the draw anymore. So if like they just go back to the old contingency plan of not playing anything but draw spells, like they should be able to get to 8. and green still isn't going that fast anymore. So,
right.
Yeah.
But in this one, I'm just saying that, like, I'm sure it can come up, but I'm saying, like, I don't think it was needed. Like, I'm pretty sure throughout the day, if that becomes a fourth Maui shark, I'm pretty sure he still tops. That becomes like a second finders keepers. I'm pretty sure he still tops, or like a fourth brawl, right? Because maybe in this deck, but hey, I don't know.
I see this list, and I don't know if I'm crazy, but to me, it looks like he's like, okay, I want to try the Peter Pan new build, but I also just want to play old RP. And he just fucking just smashed
I saw the ratios. It was a little indecisive, but I held my breath because I do that sometimes a lot, and I feel like in decks that draw a lot, you can afford to do 2 and 3-0s.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't hate it, but it literally looks
that is peace. But yes, it does look like I want to do both versions, right? Which is cool. I mean, hey, he fit it. He made it fit. He did good.
Yeah, well, cool list. And then we got the last one, Zach Stone, Lorcana Goons on his signature Steel song. He's still on the Nalas. He put the 5th for the Singer 4. Still on the Gastons. He's on the Miss Bianca, and he's on the Aerials. So
he's becoming a Amber Steel guy, like a solid. He's always been right, but he's like solidifying it. Like he topped with that deck in Vegas.
Yeah.
So then like he's just like always been solidified on the Amber Steel. It's hard. Like I'm sure. Like I don't know. Like I'm sure. Like you fall. Like some players fall in love with the deck if they like top with it, like a major tournament. So it's very hard to let go. But he has no reason not to, right? It's still really good.
His deck has been good for so long too. Like I feel like if you're putting time into this deck, it's gonna reward you a lot. To be honest, like this deck has a really high skill ceiling.
No, and it's a good meta call right now. Like this is a good matchup against Blurple. You know, it's got a good matchup against like the Chernobog deck that's popular right now. And, you know, like, and it's pretty fair against RP. It just got to dodge blue red. Because blue red is still a problem.
But even then, you just sneak out some wins against blue red. Like if you just draw like crazy, like
yeah, this has the like unstoppable, like wheel. Like it's like this deck when everything hits at the right time, it's pretty unstoppable. Especially on the like when they're on the play and you're on the draw, like they can just run away with the game really quick. And I like this list. It seems very consistent. I love having 10 1-drops so you can have your strength setup plays. You have the Gaston. I'm really a big fan of Gaston because that keeps you safe from brawl range. You know, Gaston on 3, Ariel on 4, find the wheel, sing it, guaranteed. You know, I feel like if you pilot this deck like correctly, you can play around a lot of things that would normally be a threat for Steel Song. So, and honestly, I think all the Steel Song lists I see that are topping, almost all of them are playing the Sonic Warrior Ariel, because that combo with any song can do like, you know, like you can storm a shark, pay 2, do 3 more, take out a shark for just 2.
And
you know, and if someone's going wide, 3 damage destroys all the purple decks.
Yeah, and there's not really any coils running around anymore, so. And no Medusas, so.
In the Medusa too, like I'm noticing people get way more comfortable with 3 strength, high inkable characters, like high ink 3 strength characters, right? Because we're not seeing Medusa, but like Medusa, I feel like it's more devastating now than ever. I've been hit with it with like some random red blue players that are on it. You know, they'll play like the 1 or 2 up because they're like for the clapback when they get Hades or something like that, and it hurts, dude. I'll be like 7. Here's a Hades. They'll be like Medusa. I'm like, oh my god.
Then we got. How many players was this? 128 players in Rosemont. It was a 2K, and if you guys know Sailor, he showed up with green steel and took first place. So I sent him a message on his Discord and I said, "Welcome to the Green Steel Club, buddy."
That's funny.
But yeah.
It's something about blue red players. I love going to Green Steel, getting a dub real quick one time, and then just probably go back.
Yeah. It's because, like I said, it's still kind of control, and he seems like a control player. So,
yeah, that's fair.
So,
it does, right? It always felt like a lower to the ground control deck. Like that's what you're doing with Green Steel. Like people be like, how is it controlling? It's just a discard deck. Like, no, when you go Muse, it starts singing songs and like it starts bouncing your stuff, and it's like a non-ever loop. We don't talk about Bruno, Strength of a Raging Fire, sing twice off Ursula. It's controlling you. It's using its hand so you don't come back. like so you don't get to come back from the game freely, right? But it's like
It's controlling because you literally don't quest until you've controlled everything. You control the board, you control the hand, and you control their ink, and then that's when you quest.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But
because I've seen like some Discord like stuff like you like
Gigabait. It's Gigabait.
What would you say?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Gigabait.
Oh, Gigabait.
I agree. I still agree.
Gigabait, bro. This goes into Amber still dead. Easily dead.
No, it doesn't.
Purple?
Are you kidding me?
What do you mean? This goes into Amber still. You're dead.
No, you're not.
You shouldn't be.
You got Ursula,
okay. Let's say that was true. Let's say that was true. To be fair, Blurple's still really popular. We're talking high about it, and it's also almost feels like Giga Dead too. Right?
Yeah.
To be fair.
So I think this deck's really bad matchups right now are Purple and basically Purple. Yeah.
Because the thing is the main Purple deck. No, the Amber still part. Purple.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
Yeah, well, Amber still should be like 50-50. The especially if they're playing Pete, which he is. And then it's just the purples, and then the DKP version, it should just like they don't draw as much, so you discard their whole hand and you just hope they don't top deck like B Prep and Sisu. Yeah.
Let me tell you how this can give Purple a problem, because this gave me a problem on Sunday, and I was on Blurple. Like you go turn 2 Morph, turn 3 Beast. There's nothing even in Blurple I can do on turn 4 to stop a beast from going off at least once or twice. And then turn 4 Muses. Like turn 4 Muses right now is so strong. There's no way Blurple...
What is Muse bouncing against Blurple?
Genie, Elsa, forever and ever.
I would love you're gonna bounce that? I just tapped your stuff.
The Genie can be detrimental, but the Elsa bouncing the Elsa, I don't think that hurts that much.
No, it does hurt when their board is just Muses and Prince John. Also, can't hit a ward character.
Yeah, that is fair too.
That happened to me, and that's how we.
They're just gonna stand there.
Yeah, no, they develop. You go Prince John, Muses. You just go ward because Blurple can't touch ward.
We do have to have an open mind. Like, Green Steel doesn't want to face Blurple, but yes, Green Steel goes first. They have Morph.
Yeah, Beast.
They have the Shift Line Beast. They have Muses, and they have a song. Yes. It's a 50-50 match. I can see why that could be a Blurple match. I'll give you the benefit of that out. Yes.
Yeah. So if you play against Blurple,
10 matches, Green Steel versus Blurple, I'm pretty sure Blurple wins probably 7 times though.
Yeah.
So you go. So okay, Green Steel goes first. You're dropping either Genie or you're dropping Duck on 3. They shift Beast. Fine. You go Elsa, tap, swing with Duck. You kill the Beast, and Duck is still alive.
If you're on the Duck.
Yeah,
if you're on the Duck.
Okay, say you're not on Duck. Say you go.
You can't play Iago against this because Iago gets like pinged by any.
Yeah, you just don't play Iago against.
Gets pinged by 8 of the cards that they also have to use to kill your other units. So, I mean, I think I'd rather use those removal on like Genie and stuff instead of the Iago.
Guys, why it's still in my head, I don't want to forget. Like, this is why people, like, you just can't pick up a deck and just play, and people think, the Iago thing of it dies to everything, let me tell you this. You will use that to your advantage, right? So, I don't want them to out this Genie. I don't want them to out this, like, I saw whatever the card is. Hard play, Iago, pass, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They waste the song. Oh, all right, perfect, Genie. Like, they waste, like, a little song or whatever they want to do to it. Also, the opposite around. You want your Iago to stick, so you actually play all these characters. They're like, oh, he's getting too wide, or oh, he's playing Genies. Like, they'll waste all their songs, and then they'll be like, all right, here's a Iago. This happens so many times. You just gotta know when to use it. Remember the cards are inking. Oh, he inked already strength. He already resolved 2. It's like little stuff like that. Like, use Iago to your advantage, because them being an illusion you can use it to your advantage to beat your opponent.
Yeah, I mean,
I honestly think the deck needs Bruno. And even if you have Let the Storm and Strength still, I still think the deck needs Zeus. There's so many things you need to out now. Like, you're going against Red-Blue. This Shark, I don't want to bounce this Shark back to the hand and hopefully disrupt it or maybe discard it. I need to remove this Shark.
So the thing I don't want to pick. The thing with Red-Blue is, like, by the time they get there, you have to hope. Like, if you don't have their hand discarded and you're Zeusing it, like, you're still losing either way. So you gotta hope to get to the point where
maybe
you gotta get to the point where the shark is out, and you like probably just keep your thing standing for a couple. Because let's be honest, if they play a shark and you don't turn, you guys are on a stalemate. So then you kind of keep discarding their hand until you Bruno it, and then it dies, right? So or you go wide enough to strength. But the only part about that, the bad part about that, is if you get B prepped, then you're kind of screwed, right? But I think
that's
that's
also why to Danny's response though, to Danny's defense, I can see why like, oh, he's discarding me. I'm not gonna get to my V prep. I'm not gonna get to my Sisu. I can get to 16th though. I'm gonna keep the shark. Play shark, pass.
Yeah, and then you just gotta
see why if you're not playing a long game Zeus, that literally checkmates you, and you can just wait until your red blue gets into that V prep or gets into that Sisu.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I think the green still players are misplaying because they're probably getting antsy and like turning sideways. Even if you have a Diablo, bro, you just gotta keep everything standing because most of the time, like you just said, they get that shark out and then their hand's empty. So you just keep your stuff standing too until basically it just becomes a top deck war. Like who gets to the Bruno first?
I guess what you're saying is like just don't get greedy and then just wait for strength and you're gonna kill
or a Bruno or something like that.
Yeah, I guess that's good.
Yeah. And to be fair too, like Red Blues cut out Brawl from their list because DKP cut out Brawl. And that makes Diablo a little bit better. You should be surprised. Some people just net deck. I think it's crazy too, but some people are out there like DKP not playing without Brawl.
Is that why my genie's questing for 6 lore before he gets outed?
That's crazy.
I'm like, where's Brawl?
He's like, I got big. He's like, I'm just gonna always found a big Sisu like on 5 instead.
I was wondering. Hey, you know what? I was wondering that too. Like, why haven't you played a Brawl on me yet?
But anyways, it's crazy that in his tournament, this yellow purple got top 4, 2 of them. So this deck's real, guys.
It's East Coast.
This deck's real, guys.
This actually, dude, Rapunzel hits so hard in this deck.
Yeah, Rapunzel just hits crazy.
This is a mid-range one though, right? This is mid-range.
Yeah, this deck is called Rapunzel Trap. It's called a Rap Trap. Rap Trap.
So what is so good about this deck?
It's just like you can't avoid Rapunzel. Like people cannot play around Rapunzel in this list. Like it just so many targets that you just like your Rapunzel's gonna trigger.
Why are you so eager to play Rapunzel when you're playing purple?
Because it's still a good card to like, bro. Healing back your like Iago, healing back your like all these other cards.
Healing back your Iago is good. Think about that.
I mean, you're bringing it back with Rush and stuff. Yeah, it is good. What do you mean?
Purple Iago pops off against purple decks because they're not teched out.
Yeah, when they don't have Iago, I get you. Like green, okay, like green, purple, right, and green all those. But like, I feel like those decks you should already be beating them to begin with. I don't know, man.
I don't know, bro. But this deck's working. This deck's working.
I'll give you this. This deck can do that purple can't do and purple red can do is oh snap, it's blue red, Daisy, Lilo, like it's going like library move that purple can't do that, right? Like
you can play 1-drops that purple can't.
Yeah, that's the problem with this deck is like you think like well now people know the list, so it's a little bit easier to tell, but like this deck goes from like going like all of a sudden mid-range super slow to all of a sudden just like turning on super turbo, and they just present like 8 lore like out of nowhere like crazy. It's kind of like Still Song in a sense, but
also not a lot of people can say they have a 1-drop that can be a 4/4.
Yeah,
because he's playing crap. He's playing 4 crap.
Yeah,
his Nalas become 3/4s, his Diablos become 3/1s, and his Daisies become 4/4. Oh my gosh. Okay, see, there we go. That's why you play this deck. That's why I would play that deck.
That's what I'm saying. It's a Rap Trap.
4/4. That's crazy.
Yeah, Crab Fox, you got Pan, Iago combo. It's almost like the Blurple control package, but with the Amber aggro and the songs. The Amber songs are real. Those are blue red decks.
Deal with sharks. Steal. Take out locations.
I feel like you just play the Rapunzel because it's like, how could you not? You play so many forces.
Yeah.
But I don't even feel like that's why you play the deck. Like I just think these other interactions is pretty cool.
This is almost like a Blurple, but I mean, yeah. Besides that, what's really cool is that Madame Mim. That it's like almost like Lumiere and purple.
You know what sucks though? That lack of removal though.
Yeah, it is.
You like they get there, it's like oof. I'm sure you guys see some of those messy builds that was playing like purple yellow, and it's like the blue red player gets there, it's like oof, yeah, I lost.
Almost the same list. I think literally the same list actually.
It is. Card for card.
Yeah.
But must be teammates.
Purple Steel and then Blurple. Oh, yeah, pretty. See, this guy's still playing brawls.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways.
We got to that point, like the blue red has
And then we got
everything has like different cards.
And then we got
like,
Hector's new deck list. Oh my bad.
Blue red, guys. So my one draw on Sunday, because I went 4-1-1. My Danny, I know, I agree. We're super favored now. I took out the Cogsworth. I put Cusco's in. I'm like, I don't need locations. I just gotta make sure you don't win off mana. Sure, I beat blue red. Like that's so good matchup. This guy, the one game, and it was still a grind, but the one game that he beat me, we went to game 3. He dinner belled me for 12 cards. 12 cards. He went dinner bell. His Maui resolved, banish, draw 4. Throughout the game, Maui, dinner bell, banish, draw 4. He did that 3 times, bro. At one point, he picked up his ink, and I was like, wait, that's not his ink. That's his hand. It was like 15 cards in his hand. I was like, it was still a close game. That's how I know like Purple's still favored. But I'm like, dude, Hiram, what? Like this dinner bell, like with the rush, like the kind of like DKP, you know, is like based off like a rushers kind of thing. Even it could be like even in a scar, I'm like, you do not care about losing this Maui if it's gonna draw you 4. This scar if it's gonna draw you 3. Like screw the healing with Popsicle, dude, and playing Tamatoa draw would have won. Like I'll play dinner bell and I'll draw 4. I'll draw 3.
I used to do that in Amber Ruby.
So like, good, bro. I was like, oh my gosh, dinner bell. He's making dinner bell look broken.
That's spicy, dude. That's cool.
It was so good.
I saw some. There was some guy, I forgot what his name was. He was using he was playing RP. Yeah, red purple, and he had the
medallion weights.
Yeah, the medallion weight. Wait, no, is it no? It's the diamond.
Oh, okay, the diamond.
Oh
it's like when you have a character damage, tap gain a lore. I'm like, this guy was gain lore. He's like, I gain like 6 lore. Just tap gain a lore, tap gain a lore, tap gain a lore.
Diamond, yeah.
Every time.
Also, the in one turn he had the 4 Maui damaged. He was gonna draw actually 16 cards on me. He had his other like Maui damage. Apparently, he just had draw his Mauis, and he didn't resolve it because he played all these other cards, and he played a big Sisu on me. I had to Hades a Maui 5-drop and leave the 8-drop Sisu standing because I'm like, if I don't hit this, he's gonna go from like 8 cards in hand to like back to 12. It was so, I'm like, dude, this is just causing things that you don't never ignore. Oh, your Maui's gonna die next turn anyway because he's gonna challenge. Like I was like, this is broken. I don't know. It's worth considering. I thought it was spicy, guys. He made it look cracked. Maybe he draw his Maui, so that's peace, but that's cracked.
Was the Bella one of? I remember that was like actually set 2. Blue Red was doing that, but I think that was like before Hiram Popsicle was like a thing. I remember Blue Red.
And it always felt so bad. I feel like it's probably only really good against Blurple, to be honest.
When you have to have time to drop it, right? So maybe in a mirror, I can see it being really broken too. Slow matchups.
Yeah. In a mirror, though, like nothing really stays alive. Like with damage, though.
It depends. Like I see some blue red add Bell now, like the one you can cheat in for free. So you're able to have like bodies earlier.
Yeah, I see that too.
There might be something there with that list. But yeah,
is this Hector's deck? Yeah, this is Hector's deck, right? Oh, it's Hector's deck.
Hey, I saw this like a month ago.
I saw this like 3 months ago. I saw this 3 months ago on 24K Lorcana.
I didn't pull up my deck that I posted 2 months ago on the thing, Holy Illusion. Oh, no, wait. It's Zan's deck, but we just added the Robin Hoods in it. That's fair.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, but real talk,
deck is good.
No, the deck's good. I think it does feel a little bit more consistent the deck than the one you built, but I mean, obviously, like we can't deny it.
This was, by the way, this was my one loss on Sunday.
Well, we can't deny it. Like Zan's a cracked like builder and player, right? But hey, dude, to straight up say like, hey, catch me outside on Saturday, if you guys can pull up and think you could beat me, and then just take the whole tournament, like that's crazy.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah, he said he posted on Thursday. He said, I think, guys, I just broke the meta. If you guys want to try to stop me, come Saturday to this tournament. And he pulled up and he just clapped everybody.
He made like a flyer and like posted it on Twitter. He's like,
he said, catch me outside. I was
right originally. I told you guys 3 Honey World. That's crazy. And all my whole teammates made me put 4.
No, you're not right. Yeah.
You guys know I said Honey Worlds, bro.
Yeah, after playing. But you were also on like 3 or 2 lands.
It was illusion. It was more illusion. The only thing was swapped out was 4 illusion characters.
I had more illusion.
8 illusion characters for the Robins.
Yeah.
Robin
I'm
Hood's
gonna
good,
be
man.
honest though. I still don't like the Robins. But I've never liked them in almost any deck. So I also believe this deck for this. Yes, it has another shit line for Holy World. I feel like if you're not Holy Rolling for Jafar, you don't need a Holy World at all when you're playing all these draw cards anyway.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I was like, he was doing the
like,
Robin Hood line on me the one I was ignoring every Robin Hood because I was like, I already ramped. I'm good. I'm inking and playing all my cards. I want you to shift Robin Hood and see Holy World on me.
Yeah, against Burbo, it's a lot worse. The Robin Hood is a lot worse, but against other lists,
I
it's
lost
a
in
little
game
bit better.
3 because he got to 17 lore. I lost in game 3 because his last 4 cards in his deck when he was top decking, it was a baby Jafar, a big Jafar, lamp,
Yeah.
and that's how I lost. And after I stopped them, I was like, okay, for sure.
I can see the Robin Hood not needing to be in here, dude, because there's a lot of times where like I wheel and then I just wheel into like my lamps, and then I just get like freaking 6-7 lore off the lamps. It's crazy.
Lamps are broken, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
lamps are pretty
so
insane.
good.
And then Zan has said this before, guys. When someone makes a list like mine, like I made a list and then people were changing it up, and then he made a list, change it up a little bit, whatever you don't like. Like, promise you, like take out those wrong with. I'm not saying play my illusions that I said, but play some other cards. Try with some other cards. Maybe you don't need this one, and maybe like Zan has said it before. When someone comes out with a list and they crack it, but then that doesn't mean it can't get better.
Yeah, I would also say
Right.
like just I mean I don't want to glaze, but like with a good deck builder like Zen, I would play this list like card for card, at least 10 games, and then decide like what to cut out. Like I wouldn't just like look at it and be like, you know what, I don't like the Robin Hood, I don't like this, I'm gonna take it out. No, play some games with it and see what is it that you don't like, because I promise you, like I played it at 60 cards, like card for card right now, and it feels pretty good. But from playing the list, I can see like the Robin Hood can kind of come out. I do think I like the 3-drop Jafar more than the 2-drop, because on 2 we're dropping the lamp most of the time on 2. So why are we less on the 3-drop Jafar than the 2 if we're skipping 2 to drop the lamp, right?
Yeah.
And probably maybe like add like another, maybe like the 4-drop Jafar like as a 1 or 2 of.
Yeah, he has a little bit less targets he has 4 less targets than I have. So
Yeah, and
Yeah.
honestly, it helps to have more targets, just because like if you don't have a Jafar, the lamp is kind of mediocre, right?
well, also too, you can get away with a little bit when no one in the world thought he was gonna play that deck.
No, 100%.
I promise you now, he's like, I think I need to add more Jafars.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah.
I won one of my games because my Elsa, I was like, play a Jafar. I'm like, Elsa. Like, bounce my Elsa. And then none of his Jafars lived. And I was like, he was hard casting Holy World. I think one time he sang it with Robin Hood and I didn't care. But yeah.
I think that's
So-
that's another mistake people are gonna make with this deck a lot until they like get better with it. Is like people are gonna want to do the combo. Like people are gonna want to do. Like I promise you, you don't need to do the combo half of the games.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That's when like the
combo-
good experienced
the combo
players,
is
right? They
extra.
have to see it as a secondary thing.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like, oh, my turnabout gives me value. My Smee, my Cobra, my Jafar
Yeah.
giving me this boost. Like, you have to play the deck like that. Oh, I just happen to have the line. Here's 7 lore.
Dude, there's so
Here's
many.
friends.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I just went
Yeah,
out of nowhere,
this is
right? Like,
triple
you don't
skill.
go for that, like, specifically.
Yeah.
I have Exodia.
Yeah.
Obliterate.
There's so many
yeah,
games.
exactly. Like, yeah.
There's so many games where I'm like at 14, 16 lore, and I'll like hardcast wheel, or I have the Robin and I'll sing wheel, and I just draw like 2 Cobras, and I'm like, all right, cool. I just win with Cobras. Like I won off of like going aggro and then just wheel into my Cobras, and you just lost. Good luck, buddy. So,
Yeah, it's still purple still list. Like you'll see the same one, like purple cantrips, and 4 of the giant cobras, and 4 smees, and 4 peats, and 4 genies. Some like usually 4 strains in every purple still list. So this still has the same purple still game plan, but with the Jafar genie, and then I think what's broken is the lamp, right? Just so much value off a 2-cost item.
and just remember, you can still go aggro with this, because like your 1 costs are the only ones that don't 2 quest, but Smee and then Cobra once you get to the top end burn, and then the Jafar's quest for 2, and then the Genie's quest for 2. It's just like you can still like start going wide and then just put a bunch of 2 questions. So another reason why I would go the 4th Jafar is because I don't know if I'm playing it bad, but like I always usually go like, unless I specifically have the Robin shift, like I always go Diablo Return, and then if I have the Jafar, like it just like a 4th Jafar, it's like more chances that I can boost something to trade with the Diablo. So yeah.
The annoying part was that I was going to play the Jafar deck in some of the set champs. And now I cannot even do that because I know how much cringe I'm gonna get when I freaking ink something or play Jafar. You're like, oh, you're on Zan's deck. Oh my gosh, bro, I cannot play that deck anymore. Like,
Yeah.
bro,
Expect to go against it in set
so
champ.
annoying.
No, 100% expected in such chance.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta
But
understand how to beat it.
then in the finals, he played against Morgan Shamblin on his signature green purple list. So he went back to like tempo, not even discard. He's just tempo green purple. So
There's
cool.
a lot of cool things about this list, dude. I'm a huge fan of Gogo. I think Gogo's being super slept on because there's so much big bodies like genies, Iagos that you can hard punish. You know, Maui's, sharks. There's so much
go for
big
5
bodies.
on the Iago.
Dude, that happened to me. Someone Gogo for 5 against my Iago. It was so nasty.
Once I see Go-Go, I literally start thinking like, okay, this has 4 damage. Even though I want to bounce this target, I just need to bounce this one because I cannot get Go-Go right now. Like, it starts like you have to like play around. You're like, okay, well I have to bounce this one because that's 3-4 damage. Like,
yeah, good list. I'm sure Joe's gonna be happy about that. And then we just got Blurple and stuff. So, yeah, cool. So, what are you guys? And then let's talk about the deck lists aren't up. I don't know why, but in the finals for the Ravensburger event, it was Trinidad, the dog, and Peter Pan or Pan Shark. No, it was Pan Shark. Or was it Amber Steel?
Oh.
Was that the finals?
I don't know.
No, I think it was Amber Steel. Yeah, I think it was Amber Steel.
No, it was RP. It was either RP or Amber Steel.
It was either RP or Amber Steel. But dude, if you guys saw that match versus the Trinidad and the Amber Steel, bro, the boards were crazy. They like had to go like all the way down here for the characters, like by next to their ink, because they just had so many characters on board. Like it was hilarious. Like it was funny. But
that's wild. That the Force Shield Rapunzel effect.
Yeah,
you know?
just a bunch of Force Shielders, like the 2/6 tramp, like.
Yeah, and then like the Amber Steel can't turn sideways unless it's gonna clear the board because they know they're gonna get creaky.
Yeah,
and then like vice versa, right? It's like the other guy doesn't want to like. Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yeah, because you don't want to give them Rapunzels. Like they're avoiding Rapunzels, and then
it's like,
you turn sideways.
Standing straight. Who's gonna give in? Hey, they're just gonna have standing straight. Let's see who gets to the 20 first, and just turn everything sideways out.
Basically, because you're right. Like the Amber Steel's afraid because he's like, okay, yeah, he has all these 1/4s and 0/4s, but if I turn sideways and he crickets me, like I'm just giga screwed. Yeah, but that's cool.
Shout out to the format, guys. Like, you can play purple anything. You play green yellow. You can play Amber Steel. You can play like blue red. You know, I feel like the one that I guess like is not seeing a lot of love is Ruby Steel, but I'm sure there's something there, man. But he's just not getting enough love. But hey, man.
And Emerald Ruby. I mean, yeah, Emerald Ruby is kind of lacking too. and blue yellow kind of lacking.
It's only on Christmas time. That's why, bro. We don't play that in April.
Oh, you're muted. I think,
before we
buddy, or.
Also, yeah, I went against like on table. I think like one of the top tables went against green blue items. Like people are cooking. Like.
I mean, but it goes back to like. It goes back to like Zan. I think Zan said it, and then Sailor said it in the Discord too. Like, the diverse meta is cool, but honestly, this kind of makes it worse for like casual players because it's so hard to prep for a meta so diverse because you can't like target decks.
And for pro players.
Yeah, but they have
pro players. Like, they'll ask you like a lot of pro players have more success when it's a 2 to 3 deck format because then they have less homework, so they like literally mastermind it because they're so good, right? They're good players. So just naturally, the more diverse format, the harder the game is.
100%.
Like I said, I can only imagine for the casual player. Like, yes,
I think
way harder, right?
For people like us who try to compete, you know, at these higher events, at least the ones we can make it. The biggest thing I think is bringing a list that is like a good meta call that no one has the tech for or knows how to like play around it. So that's why, and this meta is so wide to where I think it's such a haven for deck builders to explore and try decks that we've never seen before, right? Like Jafar will probably the best example for that is if you can bring a deck like Jafar.
I'd say the biggest example is the purple yellow. That deck came out of nowhere crazy. Like that's
true. No, right? Like both of them.
What do we play for again, though?
For nothing.
Okay.
For nothing.
Nothing.
Well, those guys are playing for I think it was a PSA 10 Elsa. So that's
Yeah, they were.
Oh, that's pretty good then. That's pretty cool.
No, like, yeah, like there's so many stores, like, you know, like it's a triple case.
like
You
that,
get
yeah.
first, you get a case, sure. Like, I mean, you still miss DLCs, but shout out to these stores, you know, still giving good pricing.
What's it called? I mean, I like the diversity in the meta. Like I said, the only thing, I don't
play Blurple, bro. We're in that meta. Danny played
Danny-
blue, bro.
Danny played blue.
I did not touch blue steel in how long? Like from the how long? Like we're in that like format, dude.
Yeah, I'm about to get off of blue red again.
I got put up
Makes me
with
sad.
Danny. I got put up with Danny.
I was like, you know
I have no idea what you're playing, dude.
No, but like I
And
said,
then everyone that I played against, once I played the blue card, they were like, "What the heck?"
I
They're
bet.
like, "What's going?" I ink a blue card, or they're like, "You're not on green still." I'm like, "No."
Just say it's purple green in disguise, or it's green steel in disguise. When I said for blue steel, I'm like, guys, it's blue steel. I promise. It's just the steel cards are in disguise as purple today.
yeah, the only thing I don't like is I still feel there's a lot of purple, but I mean, it is what it is. Like the meta, like it is what it is, right? Like I still feel like if you want to have the most success, like play a purple deck, in my opinion. But
You know what? I thought that too, and it does feel like there's a lot of purple, but just as many purple combinations, there's just as many non-purple combinations topping.
Yeah, I think Amber
Blue
Steel
red,
top the most.
blue red, green steel, amber steel, green yellow. I just give you 4 decks. Give me 4 purple decks, right? It's like almost like we're close to that, dude. It's just, but yes, I think like. I mean, I get it. As a blue red player,
Yeah,
it's probably
but-
you probably just see
yeah.
purple more. Like you just feel like, and no, you notice it more because that's what you're struggling with. But it's
No, I mean,
obviously
they're-
more represented too because it's a safer color, right?
yeah.
It's a safer color. But
No.
you can top and win with just as many non-purple combinations right now. People have proved that, so we can't even say that, right?
I think you can still say it because if you go to all these like topping lists, there's always like these random colors. But if you look at it, purple is usually the most represented out of the whole top 8. So yeah, you can win it all with other lists and still top. But purple, if you look at all of them, like usually purple decks are
I get
like,
it, yeah, right.
taking most of the top 8. Which
But you
is
remember
nothing
how it
wrong.
was with blue, right? When before the ban list, how was it with blue? There wasn't 8 possible decks you can play. Let's be real.
No, yeah.
In the blue format, there wasn't 8 possible decks you can play and feel comfortable with.
No, like I said, I'm on record saying I'm agree with the ban. I just like I'm not happy about the purple. I'm not happy about that they didn't do like a full ban list. That's all I'm saying. Like I would have liked to see like a whole new like a whole new shift on the meta.
See.
What I would have liked to see, but it is what it is.
But
Like
this weekend,
it's still
right?
fun. Yeah, but anyways, oh yeah.
For set
So what do you guys say people should play for set champs? We didn't give them decks. What would you guys play, or what would we play set champs?
I think I'm gonna let me go on the bias real quick. This is what I was telling Eddie, and I kind of pretty much said it. Like, I really hope this doesn't come in a cockaway or something like that. But if you're very confident, or like you feel like you've done your homework, or you've been practicing with that, I feel like Blurple beats everything. If you like, you've done your homework, and like it could beat everything but Amber Steel. And when we're in a format so diverse, like I am just going in like. I just hope I don't see 2 Amber Steels today. Right? Because if I lose to my Amber Steel and I go X2 and I don't top, I'm not going to blame my Amber Steel loss. I'm going to blame, like, why did I lose to Blue Red? You know, it's like stuff like that. Like, I'm going in with that mindset. Like, if I see 3 Amber Steels, like, it is what it is. It's not your day. But because we're in a so diverse format, I've always been the player that I don't like auto losses. I'm going to try to go as wide as I can and be able to beat as many decks as I can. So Blurple being able to beat 8 out of the 9 decks in the format, I'm okay with it. I mean, obviously, I'm not counting like purple, yellow, super hyper aggro. I only play Lorcana once a month player. I just drew all my. I'm not counting that.
Get those
I'm counting
stuff.
realistic stuff here. Yeah. But that's my take. Blurple's crazy. Check it out, guys. I'm gonna post something tomorrow. I know we didn't get to go on my list here because it wasn't posted on the thing, but it's great. It's so good. I think it's broken, but you guys go ahead.
You know what's funny about what you said is like the same thing can be said for Amber Steel, but the
Amber
thing
Steel
is
is good.
but the thing is that deck loses to itself a lot. So like the biggest like factors for that deck is blue red and losing to itself. So
I think that was so nice about broken. I mean,
like if you low roll hard, it's so bad.
But
Blurple, I was like, did I ever like not like my hand? It was,
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
so hard for Blurple to have bad hands. I was
Yeah.
like, naturally, just hands just like are good.
Well, like I don't know. Like there was games where I didn't have my turn 2 ramp. Like I'm blurple, and that was rough.
You're still fine without ramp. Like you're still. That's why like you still have your 3 drops. You should play
But
Bell on 3 if
Eddie,
you really need
tell him
to.
the tech you played. Tell him the 12 tech you played
the
on
Hades,
Sunday. Tell him.
the 6 drop Hades, Lord of Death.
Oh,
was-
the one where you gain lore when your stuff dies.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it was an RP tech, and I beat the 2 RP players that topped that tournament.
Would you
so,
beat? Say one of them. You know, the people know who they are. Say it.
Well, I mean, round 1 I went against Dylan. Shout out to Dylan. He's known on Lorcanito as Molstar. Congrats to him, honestly, because he hit number 1 rank on
Yeah, he did.
Lorcanito this week.
I saw it.
He was really proud of that, and amazing player. Unfortunate got paired with him on round 1, and the only way I come back
And
game
you
3
clapped his cheeks with Hades.
to beat him with it wasn't just Hades. It was a combination of him kind of really be unlucky.
How much lore did you gain off of Hades?
Like 6 or something. But no, but that wasn't why I won though. To be honest, like why I won was because I went wide.
8 lore was why I won, but
I was like at 0. He was like at 15. I was a crazy comeback, and shout out to him. I
who's
respect him a
the
lot.
second RP player?
Yeah, his name was Joaquin. Really cool guy. Honestly, respect
Phoenix?
him a lot too. No, not the actor. But no, he was another really good RP player. I went against 2 RP players. They both topped. I didn't top, so that was rough. I only lost 1 match. Had 2 draws to green steel items, which was insane. And then green steel discard. I couldn't close out. We just drew. But I mean, yeah. Okay. Want to talk about the Hades? It's not nothing. It's especially if you're off a library. It's a great play on turn 6 against their B prep, because a lot of times Blurple stabilizes and has control of the board by like turn 5, or turn 4, and then on turn 5 you can kind of go wide, and then turn 6 protect your board against their turn 7 B prep, and came up every time. So,
I got to go against 2 mirrors. So I played 2 blurples. One was with the Elsa build. One was with the Cogsworth build. Surprisingly, I did 2 of the Cogsworth build, and he was a good player. He was wearing like a goon shirt too. So shout out to the goons. But when I see all 3 4 Hades, and your Cogsworth is kind of irrelevant, which I actually tried Saturday, but I changed the list a little bit. And then I 2-0'd 2 purple steals, and then I lost to the Jafar deck on game 3, and then I drew against Blue Red. We didn't have enough time in game 3, so. Yeah. Oh,
So
shout out to
Hector
Peter. I know he's a fan. By the way, guys, you guys didn't see my Facebook. Kind of not even watch, but I did say Cesar. It was awesome, great tournament. I know you're a fan of the Cookout. You actually took a picture with me and Eddie. You're a fan of 24 Lorcana. Like, awesome. I love the support. I needed to say this because this is part of the community, and I needed to shout him out for this. I went to one of his tournaments, a local, like a case thing that he had. It was like nothing crazy. It was like a $15 buy-in, something for like an enchanted. He had a blackout. I actually volunteered off work that day because I told him I'm one of these. I'm going to shop. He had a tournament. I went over there mid-tourney after like round 1. He had a blackout. So like literally the tournament was canceled. Like I think everyone had a tournament pack. I think you could have gotten your money back, and then you kept your entry pack, whatever. He's like, Hector, I know you drew a far away. I've always been supportive of your channel. Next big tournament I have, free entry. He didn't even mention it was like it could be a $30 tournament, So I hit him up about it because I wasn't planning on going. It was a crazy night. The night before that, he probably got home like at 3 a.m. So like I wasn't gonna go. I'm like, dude, it's free. I messaged him. He's like, yeah, I'll honor it. Shout out to you, Cesar. That's awesome. I also posted a video. It was like, Cesar's an awesome guy. I needed to give you that because that's an awesome thing to do, man.
Yeah, I think I played him in one of TCG.
He went to TCG. He's like, yeah, I wanted to go and like show support at TCG. I think he went one of these days.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Hopefully I can make it out to that shop eventually, but it's a little bit further to me. So you do like a crazy tournament, I'll pull up.
Hector picked Blurple for set champs. I'm picking Amber Steel. What are you picking, Eddie? That's probably gonna be represented.
I'm probably gonna do blue red. I'm gonna try blue red. Yeah, I think blue red's good.
Cesar, what do you think is gonna be?
I mean,
top?
For my opinion
What
on
would
what
be
you
the
guys
best
should,
pick?
yeah. For my opinion on what they should play is just play with like we see it, right? The meta's so diverse. Play whatever you feel most comfortable with and whatever you have the most reps in.
Play Green Steel, guys. Play Green Steel.
But
play
if you want a deck to play, I would say probably Amber Steel or Purple Red. To be honest, I feel like those two decks, if you put time into them, they can be like super good into almost like all the field. The only thing about purple red now is that there's probably gonna be a lot of Jafar wheels, and that deck kind of struggles against that deck. So, yeah, so, at least the way they have it built right now, But yeah, and then play play Jafar wheels and be a meta slave.
The thing I never liked with blue red in set champs, you guys know what? Yeah, set champs brings what kind of players?
Casuals.
Yep. You're just asking for like you don't need to be ramping to win in set champs, so just don't risk losing to aggro, right? Yeah. So like, always a great pick. We have to shout it out. Purple Steel.
Oh
yeah.
Purple Steel's always been a great set champ deck, right? Like for some reason, there's like a set champ meta. Like it's always been great. Like you can't take,
Yeah, take blue red and then face.
It has a way to be blue red. It has a way to be purple red. It doesn't lose to aggro.
Yeah.
Safe, right?
Take blue red and then
face purple. I don't know how many purple there's gonna be. You guys know. Purple Steel cannot be purple, bro. Unless you're Jafar willing, but like then you lose other matchups, right? But like original Purple Steel cannot be purple.
Yeah. Not we're talking about set champs though, right? Their first set champ this weekend, right?
Yeah,
it's gonna be at TCG.
Right yeah. But yeah, just take blue red and then you'll face a Fortune of Dogs at your first set champs. So. But yeah, tournaments for this. Oh, whoops, I need to show it back on the screen. Tournaments for this weekend, we're gonna. Like I said, shout out to Phil with his amazing website. But main one we're gonna shout out is Top Choice Gaming. They are gonna have one I believe it's on Sunday. It's on Sunday. This Sunday. It is
on May 4th. May the 4th be with everyone and your deck choices.
12 p.m. Put that ingrain that in your head in case you're like me and forget the time and show up late. But it is a triple case. That's what they're advertising it. But you guys know Top Choice, big turnout. They're gonna throw some extra prizes in there like always. So
I believe also there's an artist, right?
Is there? I don't.
Oh, she's the one that did Finder Keepers. She did Finder Keepers.
The one that does Finder Keepers. So bring your enchanted Finders Keepers.
The Donald Duck, the enchanted one. I don't know if it does. They do the same art. Do you guys know the enchanted people do the same of the other one?
No, right? Sure. Different art. I'm not sure to be honest.
The new one, the new purple one, the 7-drop.
Yeah, so but I don't know if they do the regular one because the one that TCG posted, they showed the enchanted. She does 3 enchanted. I just don't know if that means that she did the regular one.
Let me look it up.
I just pulled that one like 2 days ago.
Yeah, dude, get it signed. If you have enchanted Donald and you have an enchanted Finders Keepers, get that signed by the artist. That's great.
I have 3 keepers.
But yeah, guys, let's make it a fun set champs and everybody pull up to this Top Choice Gaming and let's make it a 90-player set champs. You guys could collect some easy ones at other stores, other weekends, but let's make this one huge. Let's make it crazy.
First one, set it off, make it a good one.
Don't take Jafar wheel and don't take green steel because I am gonna be on blue steel that day. So if you play green steel and you're playing Jafar, it's not gonna be rough. It's not gonna be pretty.
No, it's different artists. It's different artists.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you guys want some to hit up on Saturday. The Light is a good one. The Light has an amazing owner. They always usually have.
Shout out Greg.
Yeah.
Greg is the man, dude.
Yeah. If I could play,
great guy. Shout out.
So many from our area are on Saturday though. I saw it was like AG, Tiny TCG, The Light, Critical Hits. I was like, oh, which one am I going to? I don't even know.
Shout out to A&N.
Yeah, to be honest.
Also, Sunday at TCG, if you lose early, I think there's the one. Remember the one that's always in the afternoon on Sundays? That everyone's like, why is it so late?
It's Lost Levels. Lost Levels is that new shop in Claremont that no one knows about. So Lost Levels might be a good place to go.
Oh, the store that you go to, Eddie.
The one where Eddie wants to farm the free farm. Yes, you want to just go for the free farm.
Not tell anyone.
Hey, that's what I'm telling you now. So you can, I'm trying to redeem myself from last set. Okay?
GMI Games is at 6:30 on Sunday. So if we make Top Choice huge and then you lose, you could go to GMI at 6 p.m. 6:30.
All right, go execute and GMI. That's the game plan.
Yeah, but honestly,
or if I stick around and usually go out to you with us after, that'll be awesome too.
Except if you're But yeah, if I could play 2 times this weekend, I would probably hit up the Light and Top Choice. The Light is always a vibe. So, but
I was gonna go to the Light, but I feel like it's only fair that I defend the critical hit. It's on the 3rd. I always felt like it should be a mandatory or free entry. This is for every shop. Your champion, free entry. Defend the title. I've always thought that should be like a really cool thing from every shop. Like, you won first, free entry. You're just defending your title.
Yeah, that'd be right. Cool.
I gotta go back.
That'd be so cool. Owners, if you guys are watching,
good stuff. Hey, but no, never mind. Let me not say that. Um, but yeah, I think we're done.
All right, for sure. So
Oh,
well, I'll
real
make sure
quick,
to post the flyer so it
real
has
quick,
all the
real quick,
information
real
on
quick.
there.
I changed our background to Hiram. Everybody, give a moment of silence to Hiram. He
In
will
the arms of an angel.
he will always be missed. The boy.
I keep him here. I
And don't
keep him here
forget
next
his
to me,
metal
dude,
steel
at all times.
spears.
Hey, by the way, I started wearing glasses because of Hiram. I didn't
No
wear
way.
I didn't no okay. I didn't wear glasses before Hiram. So
That's crazy.
no, okay. All right.
That's
Get us out of here.
Well, yeah. If you guys made it all the way this far, thank you. We appreciate you guys for making it this far. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It helps the channel out tremendously with the algorithm to get us out there. We had so much to talk about today, right? Hector's deck that did great at that tournament. I mean, Zan's deck. Sorry, I keep forgetting it's Zan's deck that made it that won that tournament. Shout out to everyone that showed up at Rob's event.
It's all love.
Cyclone, Cyclones. Shout out to everyone that went to Cyclone on Sunday. This Sunday, right? Sunday. It is Sunday at 12 noon. Top Choice Gaming, first set champs to set it off. Hopefully we have a banger. But as always, until next time, keep on cooking, keep on questing. Peace.
Peace out.